to relationships, there are so many places you could turn to for advice, and most of these places that you turn to, the advice may be good, but it may not be appropriate for your relationship. What I would like to share with you today is things that are applicable to your relationship, where if you do these things, you will get instant results. I can't guarantee anything, but I believe if we talk about relationships from a principle standpoint, we will get better results versus talking about relationships from, more like a preference. So some of the things I want to talk about is, when you're single, I want to divide it into sections as far as being single and as far as those who are looking to date. You're single, it depends on where you're going in life. It also depends on, I think relationships are mostly based upon the individuals. You can have two people that are good together, but they may not be good together in all aspects. One may be self-employed, the other one may have a job. It just depends on the interests and the appetites. You have to really find someone that you are truly compatible with. And I think that really starts with you. Most people look for things, or they look for the relationship to give them the things that they do not put into the relationship. But you have to realize the relationship is a composite of both of you or two people. So when you know thyself, you know what you really want. And you won't really send mixed signals, or you'll be able to communicate, or, just different things as far as your personality. It's just really spending time getting to know who you are. I find it is difficult to try to get to know someone else if you have not taken the time to get to know you. For themselves, they become either helpers or hinderers. And the relationship problems start with people hindering each other. It may start out well,
right,
but during the process, it seems like now this relationship is a burden. The very same thing that you long for, you look for, it becomes a burden. It's a hindrance. So that's why I say spend a lot of time knowing thyself. It's easy to say, well, get to know thyself. But you have to know what you like. You have to know what you dislike. And that's how you go from that, saying your standards, saying your preferences, saying your principles, your morals. But if you don't know who you are, you will fall for anything. You will accept anything. You will lower your standards.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of people enter into relationships based upon, well, I love this person. But deep down, you already know that this person is not good for you. They're just friends. But the things that you all are doing is saying, they say the things that you all do says otherwise. And you have to realize that communication is just not verbal, but it has to be enforced by action.
Sure.
It has to be, parallel. Everything that you do or say has to make sense based upon what you said. You can't say one thing and do another, because that
right.
would be
misleading. You can't. Yeah. Right. You can't say you're friends and then y'all have sex.
Correct.
That's right. That's right.
Correct. Or married. I would just give this principle, and if you could follow this one thing, I believe that you will see a change in your relationship. Any thought, any behavior, or any action that is contrary to love, stop it. And if you could stop that, then I believe that you could open up the lines of communication and you could start to grow properly versus growing deformably. And I believe that's it, because no matter how many tips or tactics people give, it's all going to be about if you violate love or not. And I think, just to comment on the Anonymous 1 and 2, fear, there's no fear in God. It says, perfect love casts out fear, or let's say in love there's no fear. So if you're facing fear, you need to grow into the love of Christ. I know that you all speak of him, but have you all actually grew, or are you all growing up into him, into his character?